Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Music and Words. I am your co-host Troy, and I have with me my friend Mark. Hey, Mark, how you doing?
What's good, y'all?
This episode is about, I would say, a fairly unknown band. Not they're known to me, but they're not very popular. And how you know they're not very popular is they don't have a Wikipedia page. So that's how you know.
Hmm.
But to me, they're popular because I listen to them all the time. So yeah. In fact, a friend of mine, this is one of his favorite bands, and he put me onto this. So I converted him years ago into a Dream Theater fan, like 20 some years ago, and it became his favorite band. And this is one of his favorite bands. So he put me onto this band. And so about a year and a half ago, I saw them live in Philadelphia at a place called Milk Boy, which is a tiny, tiny venue, probably holds a couple hundred people. And I was in the very front, like right at the front of the stage, watching these guys play this music, which we're about to talk about and listen to a little bit. And I got to be honest with you, not being hyperbolic here. It was one of the best concerts I've ever seen. Like literally front to back, my jaw was like on the floor like the whole time. I was like, I can't believe how good this band is. And I wasn't even that familiar with their music at the time, actually. I was just like blown away. And I was like, I got to go listen to everything these guys ever did. This was like a year and a half ago, right? So ever since then, I started listening to Final Pitch was the album that came out that year, which we'll talk about after. But we're going to talk about two albums today. But basically, I just had that album on repeat for the last year and a half, but especially back then. So we listened to, well, I've listened to all of them, but Mark listened to the self-titled album and the first one and the last one, which is Final Pitch. So, Mark, tell me what you thought about the first album that you listened to.
It was good, man.
Okay.
I'm not like the like. I mean, I love progressive music. Like this,
Okay.
this, this stuff is like it's like beyond my comprehension musically. Like
Okay.
they're just like they're just like it almost sounds like they're like ripping these instruments apart. They're just like so intricately playing and
Right.
like it's like me trying to dissect an Alan Holdsworth album. It's just like I don't know what he's
Right.
doing. I love it. It sounds
Yeah.
awesome, but what
Right.
the fuck is he doing?
Right. Right.
Um, it
Sure.
was very upbeat and very like it's. I'm familiar with like this kind of stuff. Like, are you familiar with like Pliny or Pliny, however
Yep.
you say it?
Plenty. Yep. Yep.
Another band called Chon, which is kind of similar.
Okay.
Animals as leaders, obviously.
Yeah.
Like Tesseract, stuff like that. Like I'm familiar with it. I'm not like at the forefront of it, but I
Okay.
do really like it. I enjoy it. Like,
Okay.
but like I said, it's not something that I could just like pop on when I get home from work, and I'm just like, oh, this is so great, man. It's really like, like
Right. Right.
I gotta sit down, I gotta listen to it, I gotta like try to figure out what's going on here.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, I agree with you.
I
Yeah.
loved both albums though. I would definitely re-listen to both of them.
Okay. Did you have any favorites from the first album?
Um, I kind of don't want to say it out loud because it's like kind of the silly name. No, I'm
Okay.
just kidding. No,
Okay.
I like Hip Dipper myself. That was a good one.
Okay.
That was a standout track.
Okay.
Um, Let me see. Color Wheel was really good. Oh, I like
Hmm.
Spark too. Spark was cool.
Spark is a really good one.
Spark
I
is
listened to this again a couple times for the preparation for this episode, and I must have listened to Spark like four times on repeat,
yeah,
actually.
that might be my
Yeah.
favorite on the album
Yeah.
actually. Yeah,
Why don't we
very
do
good.
this? Let's do a quick sample of Color Wheel. And so if you're new to this, you get an experience of what we're talking about. Let me stop for a second. One of the cool things about Arch Echo I found is their music is like very uplifting sounding,
It
which is
is.
not normal in like metal. So,
Of course, the guitarist has a headless guitar too, of course.
so yeah. Yeah. So like let's just listen to like a part of the video and see what it sounds like. get the idea. Okay, that's this one. You mentioned Hip Dipper, right? So let's
Hmm.
check out this one real quick. Well, this one is a groove. This one is a really grooving. And they typically will have some kind of guitar melody goes with the keyboard that kind of drive the song. So it's not just what I find. I do like Animals as leaders, but what I find about a band like that is a little bit of a lack of melody in a lot of their songs. It's not so much about the melody, where this band is very melodic in their playing. So I kind of gravitate towards that. It's to me, it's just easier to re-listen that kind of music. Um, and
So
also
Troy,
happy sounding. Yeah.
have you ever heard of a? I think it's a band, or it might just be a single dude, but his name's Owane.
No, how do you spell it?
Owane. Their music sounds very similar to his, so I think you would really like his a lot. Um, if you want, you could play a sample real quick. It's put on Owane. The song's called "Rock Is Too Heavy."
Okay.
Tell me what you think about that.
4 clicks. Yeah. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4.
So I think it's this. I think they're Norwegian.
It's more synth driven.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
All right, so I got some.
He's another Pliny like guitarist with a really clean tone. That's why I really like it.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Yeah.
So and we mentioned Spark. So let me bring that up real quick so people can hear why we're saying it was good.
Mhm. Yeah, I would say that's my favorite on the album.
Okay.
I did listen to both albums twice, so
Okay, cool. All right.
yeah, yeah.
Um, part in the middle that's really good too. But anyway, so basically this one sounded like more like an 80s anthem a little bit, which I liked.
Mhm.
So yeah, okay, so that's the first one. This one I didn't have you listen to it, but if you like Art Checo, go ahead and check this album out. This is their second album.
Yeah.
This is the vinyl I just got. I'm excited to get into this. This one is pretty popular on YouTube, Strut. Let me show you an example of why. So let's see. There's a really cool playthrough of this by the drummer. And this drummer is so good, man. He is just
Mm.
absolutely ridiculous at the drums. Okay. Anyway, so let's talk about in our last 10 minutes or so, let's talk about Final Pitch, which 2023, I was going through some of the albums I was listening to at the time, and I found myself listening to this album like top three, I would say. Um, so what did you personally, what did you think of this album?
I liked it a lot. I mean,
Okay.
it's not to reiterate what I said about the first album, but it's
Hmm.
very technical, like extremely
Okay.
technical. Like
Right.
they're definitely doing stuff I can't even comprehend as like a non-musician really.
Okay.
Um like you said though, it is very uplifting.
Hmm.
It's not like it's a tough listen because of how technical it is, but it's not a hard listen because it's
Mm.
uplifting. It's
Right.
catchy. It's very catchy.
Right.
Very catchy.
Yeah, yeah. I find the newest album is more catchy. Actually, they have
Definitely.
more hooks in it. Yep.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't like that the first track's called Angry Sprinkles, but I mean,
All right.
but it
But wait a
has.
minute. Wait
So
a minute.
here's some good things about the album.
Yeah. Okay.
It has a cameo of it has a guest appearance by Jordan Rudess on one of the tracks. So as you're familiar with
Hmm.
one of our older uh videos, he is the keyboardist of Dream Theater.
Hmm.
Duh. But it also has the ex saxophonist, I believe, of from the Mars Volta on the fourth track. Is there saxophone on this track?
On the fourth one, Final
Yeah.
Pitch.
Is there a
Yeah.
saxophone on it?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
Okay. So that's the Adrian Terrazas Gonzalez used to be in the Mars Volta as their full-time saxophonist.
I see.
So those are two good signs right there because those are two excellent musicians of two bands that I really like. So I
Hmm.
saw that and I was like, well, I mean, like it's got to be good, right? So I was very, I wouldn't say pleasantly surprised with this album because I knew it was going to be pretty good. So
Hmm.
yeah, I mean,
Okay.
I really did enjoy it.
Let me just play the beginning of Angry Sprinkles so you can see what he's talking about. So, but you'll hear. All right, let's see. Let's see. Angry Sprinkles. What does an angry sprinkle sound like? Let's see. And then this stuff, I could just listen to this stuff all day. Another one of the songs that really kind of got me into this album originally was this song called Red Letter.
Um,
You like
that
this one?
the cover of that album is very Dream Theater, I have to say.
Oh yeah.
That one, yeah, that's very
And
Dream
I
Theater.
think it's Hugh Syme who does a lot of the Dream Theater stuff.
It is, yeah. Who
Yeah,
did? Do you
yeah.
know who Hugh Syme did originally?
Rush?
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah. Lineage, Prog lineage. It just sounds so happy. Anyway, so that's that. So you mentioned Jordan Rudess. This track is really good, man. It has a really nice groove to it. Let me get that. There we go. So like the first album they had didn't have these kinds of, well, at least I don't remember, these kinds of groovy, more a little more straight ahead, you know? Like this song is a little more straight ahead than some of the other stuff, which I think on Final Pitch they're trying to make it a little more accessible compared to the first one on some of the tracks, which I think is probably a good thing, because you get a nice mix of both on the album. And you can see the man himself comes in right here in the video. I mean, come on, how can you not love that? So okay, so and then perhaps, to be honest with you, Mark, I love every song on this album, so it's hard for me to pick a favorite. But if I were to pick a favorite, it might be the title track, which is funny because this is the only song that has words,
Hmm.
and it's a lot of it's in 4/4. So actually,
I was gonna say
but
then you shouldn't like it as much, right?
yeah, but the song is so good. So, in fact, my daughter loves this song. I have a video of her like headbanging to this and singing it. And so they recorded of iPhone style video for this, where you can see the format of it. But and then actually the guy singing is like I'm not too familiar with him, but I believe he's like a YouTuber. So it's like
Anthony Vincent.
Yeah. So it's like a YouTube driven song, I'm thinking. But if you're know more about it, let me know. I just love this song. This is him right here. He really likes the screaming like of like that and the headbanging. So I thought so anyway, that's Final Pitch. The cool thing about Final Pitch as a song is it reminds me, it doesn't sound like it, but the mood behind it reminds me a little bit of Innocence Faded by Dream Theater. And that's because both of those songs sound happy in the music, but the lyrics are kind of a little bit sad, actually. So it's like a juxtaposition between happy music and the lyrical content is not really happy. So I kind of like that sound, actually. No wonder because I like Go so much, and that's like every song is like that. So anyway, so yeah, so I kind of like that. Okay, the music sounds happy, but the lyrics are talking about something else. So anyway, yeah, any last thoughts about this one, Mark, about this album?
No, it's good, man.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, Angry Sprinkles, you can't really go wrong, you know. No, no, but seriously, it was a good listen. I enjoyed it. I got a buddy that like loves this kind of music, and I asked him before. I was like, "What do you think about Arch Echo?" And he's like, "I'm not like super familiar with them. From what I heard, I really liked it because I usually like the same kind of stuff he does.
Okay.
He likes like Animals as Laters, Meshuggah, like stuff like that. So,
Okay.
and he said he heard this and he liked it a lot. So I figured it was going to be pretty good. So,
Okay.
um,
Cool. Yeah, so I would say if you want to start getting into this, I would just say start with the newest album. I would say it's probably the most accessible. And work backwards maybe. So yeah, and they have a Discord. So maybe I'll put the link in the description. If you end up liking this stuff, you want to, some of the Arch Echo fans chat in there. As you can see, the band is not like super popular or anything, so there is a little bit of a community going on with the band, which is kind of cool. And even the band members sometimes themselves post in there and stuff like that. So there you go. Well, thank you, Mark. So this is another episode. Just to recap, folks, we have episodes either out currently or coming out for King Crimson, a Dream Theater tier list, which was a passion project of mine that Mark helped me
mm,
with. We have an episode on shoegaze, and where we covered My Bloody Valentine and I'm gonna butcher the name of this band. What's the other band's name?
Octo Twins.
Cocteau. I always don't want to say it wrong because it sounds a little, if you say it wrong, it's going to come out.
Oh,
So yeah, so the Cocteau Twins. So if you're into like what the heck is that? Check that episode out. You might find that interesting. And obviously this one. So if you want us to talk about any other music, if you want us to listen to something which you think, hey, I love this, and you might not have heard it before, put it in the chat, and we'll definitely try to, put it on the agenda. And yeah, thank you for watching. And thanks, Mark. I appreciate it once again.